Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Argonauts Awoken. We're very excited to be here after our hiatus for last week. And I am Mr. DMD, your DM, here to lead you and our young recruits through our highly modified version of the 5th edition rule set of Dungeons & Dragons. Tonight, our recruits will be visited again by Lucius as they embark on the first of their extra Saturday training sessions. And we're going to continue with what we started last session, where we are going to let the students, the recruits, if you will, provide the recap of what happened in the last session. And the way we decide this is always with a roll of the die. So I'm going to ask all of you, except for Elia, who got the pleasure of doing it last time, to roll a d20 for me, please. And you can go ahead and unmute yourself and share what your score is. I'll call around the circle to make sure that it's clear. So let's start with Stevie. Looks confident. Stevie, what'd you roll?
I'm not. I got a 6.
Ooh, so the score to get better than right now is a 6. Zamora, what did you score? I could not hear you.
Sorry, 13.
You are good. You're safe. Moon, what do you got?
17.
17. Moon is also safe. Luke, where you land?
Also 17.
Also 17. Luke's looking good. Let's see. Luna, where are you at?
7.
Wonderful. All right. And Lucius, you are safe because you are a guest. So, Stevie, it looks like you are going to be giving us the recap of our last session. So, if you will, for inspiration, what do you got?
So we all got out of the disciplinary hearing for everything that happened on Halloween. And then after that, we all had some time before we went to eat our meals. So I remember Luna went to go do some baking. Stevie went to the library to do some research. Luke spent a very long time punching things. And then we had our meal where we heard a lot of strange rumors about what happened on Halloween, some including that Moon was behind the whole thing and that Elia died. And then after our meal, we decided to, after meeting the new Medusa guild captain that none of us like, we decided to devise a plan alongside Hannah to help get her guild medallion back. And then we tried to spread a rumor with Lucius that did not work.
And I think we could actually go to Lucius because he did share this with us last time. But Lucius, what did you do with that rumor?
So what I did was I took a note of it in my notebook and I kept my mouth shut. So I hope the main team has a loophole around this.
Lucius collects knowledge and information. I love it. So a little bit of a monkey wrench in that plan. We're going to jump just a day forward at this point to Saturday. So there's been about a good full day between that attempt to spread the rumor and this morning as you get up. And what has been your goal? Because you did want to spread that rumor. So as a team, what have you been doing over the last day to try and keep that part of your plan going?
I think me and Zamora are definitely trying, well, not trying pretty hard, but like, we're not like screaming it from the rooftops, but we are definitely planting seeds together.
I talked to the blonde girls because I know that they blab really easily.
They're notorious for being gossips. Zamora, how obvious are you when you're telling them this rumor?
Not super obvious. So like I want them to spread it, but I say it to them like it's hot information.
Let's see. Zamora, since you're sharing it with them, why don't you just roll me a 20 and tell me what you get? We'll see how successful this rumor spreads through them.
8.
So they're not your hugest fan, and as much as they love some gossip, they're hesitant to share anything you say because you're not the most reliable source for them, but they do tell a few people. And from them, we get a little bit of a spread of this rumor. Does anybody else want to continue to try and help get this out further?
I'm going to, in some of my classes, just like write some notes like I'm going to pass it to someone and then just kind of like drop them.
I love it.
I hope no one picks it up.
Why don't you give me a roll?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. We'll get to you in 1 second, Luke. Stevie, give me a roll to see how successful these notes are.
11.
So I think a few more. I think let's see. You're coming out of history class, which is a class that all first years have together. And you drop one, and like fifth year picks it up and sees that you're a first year and like buys it, but doesn't really buy it because they're like, how does this first year know about these people? So a few more people are learning about it. It's probably gotten at this point to definitely across the like lower grades, but like the 7th and 8th years have no idea about this rumor that the little kids are spreading. So Luke, what's your plan?
I see Stevie dropping notes around in some of my classes. And at first I'm like, oh, she's gonna pick it up. And then I see that she doesn't. So I kindly do it for her. I say, you dropped this. I think you might want it back.
Stevie, when he does this, what is your reaction?
I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do. But instead of getting mad at him, I'm going to very obviously reach my arm out and hope I draw a teacher's attention so that they take it and read it to the class.
Roll me a performance check.
$17.
Oh yeah, this performance is obvious, and the teacher. Let's see, y'all again. Let's see, what would the two of you have together? Oh, you're in that wrong armor class.
Yeah.
So it's fair, and he sees it, and he just gives you this dirtiest look. Like, my underachieving student who can't do right in this class is now passing notes. He takes it and he's like, young lady, and he goes off. He's like, I'm going to read this note. And he reads the whole thing to the class, and everyone buys it in that class. And now from there, it's kind of spreading significantly better. Elia, I'm going to say yes to the question you just asked in chat. So if you want to use that, go for it.
Well, I thought about using it, but then I was like, Well, okay. So my idea was, what if I snuck into the newspaper room, this for the school paper, and let's say there's a bulletin board in there. I stuck something on the bulletin board and made it look like somebody wrote down a rumor of medallion being stolen, something along those lines. But then I thought, they might just call off the fight then. They might just not even do it. So, you know what? I'll do it anyways. I'm going to do that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to write down and try to just put subliminal messages in the newspaper room, as if other people have been hearing this and writing this down.
So let's see. We're going to say, roll me a stealth check to see how sneakily you can get into the school paper room and get this posted. Critical fail. So you're trying to sneak into the room, and a student is walking by, watching you try to like break into the room because the door is locked, and they look at you and they just bolt down the hall, and you know they are clearly going to get a teacher and rat you out. You've got a quick second to make a decision here as to what you're going to do.
Okay, can I like try to explain to them something?
No,
I'm gonna try to talk to them.
This is a kid that like sees you breaking a rule, and they're like, "Nah, I'm a rule keeper. I'm going."
Okay, I'm going to wait for the teacher to come. Will the teacher come, and can I continue this?
Yes. Now I have to figure out which teacher is in charge of this paper I hadn't planned. Thank you, Elia. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Give me 1 second. I need my list of teachers. I love when you guys throw me wacky curveballs. So let's see. Let's see. Who is our? No, it wouldn't be them. We're just going to say, you know what? Actually, this is a great opportunity to introduce this character. So we're going to do that. They ran off to find a teacher, but they didn't find a teacher. They found Elias Rockbreaker, our kind of groundskeeper slash, keeper of the campus. And he's coming down the hallway with his big old, like, keychain full of keys. Keychain's a hard word to think of today, apparently. And he's just grumbling under his breath like another stupid fish, just grumble, grumble, grumble. And he walks up to you. And he looks at you. He says, "Why are you trying to break into that room?"
Okay, man, listen. Something has been leaked that cannot get out. So, how do I say this? Are you aware about the fight between Francois and Reaper? Are you aware about that?
I may have heard a few things.
Now, listen. So, I was trying to get in there because I heard that Reaper was going to try to steal the Medusa medallion, during the fight. And I can't let that get out because it's a secret, and I would not want anyone spreading that rumor at all. Like, I don't know why anyone would want to spread that. That's just mean because Reaper needs that to give it back to Hannah.
He says,
I'm just trying to do a good deed, man.
Kid, you're not supposed to be breaking into rooms, and you're already in enough trouble. I think you're just going to be breaking a couple extra rocks tomorrow with me. Now go off to class.
Fine.
All right. Gotta love the critical fail. Anyone else want to try anything?
Well, I'm sorry. Luna pretends she doesn't like gossip, but the flumps like to talk a lot, and she's talking to everyone. She's like trying to be really subtle about it. She's like, I don't like to, I don't like gossip. I don't like talking about this kind of stuff, but I heard that Reaper, she's trying to do something.
Go ahead and you can roll me a performance check 2 to see how many people buy this, how successful it is.
Come on, man. I gotta believe everything I say. Wait, performance, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That is 12.
I think you're sitting around with another like large group of first and second years. And they're all kind of, some of them are hearing this for like the second or third time at this point. So they're starting to believe it a little bit more. And you manage to like catch a couple fourth and fifth years as they're walking by that hear it. So the rumor is definitely getting deeper into the campus. But I still don't think at this point, like Francois has heard about it yet. So if you really want him to hear about it, I need one more attempt to, I think.
On Moon. The flumps with me.
So here's the thing. You would think Luna hates spreading rumors, but she loves it. I don't particularly like it. And for that reason, I'm horrible at it. So I attempt to do this with Luna, but I'm I'll kind of start my sentence. I'll be like, hey, I have something very juicy to tell you. And someone will be like, yeah, what is it? And I'll just be like, I'll just stand there because I don't know what to do. So that's why I've not been speaking because I haven't been that much of a help. So Luna's basically been carrying me the whole time. She's been getting pretty annoyed because I'll start my sentence and I'll be like, so I mean, I'm not too sure on this, but I think, Reaper's going to try and steal the little I don't know. And then like Luna has to like shut it down completely and take over. So yeah, it's been a struggle.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you roll. A general luck check. That's a D20 by itself, but I'm gonna let you take it with advantage because you've story told Luna into helping you. So go ahead and take it with advantage and see what you roll.
18.
You got really lucky. As you were doing this one day, or later in the day, I'm thinking it's like dinner time, right? You're in the meeting hall, the grand hall, and you're trying to set this up. The very tail end of it, Francois is walking by and he hears it and he just kind of perks up and looks back. And he actually, you watch him, he kind of shakes it off like, what are they even talking about? Because at this point, Reaper hasn't challenged him yet. And then like right at the end of the meal, I think it's definitely Jade. Jade gets up to do the evening announcements and she's running through all of them. And then she finally goes, all right, well, Sunday is the official arena the arena match for the week. We have a spot for one more competitor. Does anybody want to put forth a challenge now, or we'll just kind of end the night without that last competitor? And it's Francois who stands up, and he stands up and says, I've been hearing a rumor that Reaper wants to challenge me, and I accept. And at this, all of Francois's friends like cheer. Half of Medusa's doing their hiss. And again, just like when his announcement of being guild captain was announced, the entire room is split. And Reaper is completely silent. Looks caught off guard because she was planning on announcing it, but not like this. So she stands up and she gives him the most dead, I'm going to kill you stare. And just over the entire din of the room, you hear her say, I'll see you on Sunday. And then she turns around, leaving her plate at the table, and walks out. And all of you know clearly where she's most likely going. And that is to talk to Hannah. And I think that is how we will end Friday. You'll go back to your rooms for a good night's rest to prepare for Saturday. So Saturday is a big day. At the end of your history class yesterday on Friday, Rocchetti told you that your first Saturday extra training course will be happening with Ferg in the arena. He referred to it as, or they referred to it as enhanced combat training. And you're told to come prepared. So you get up in the morning on Saturday. What do you put on as you leave your guild room for the arena in preparation? Let's start with Moon.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes. You're going off to the arena for your first enhanced combat training with Ferg on this first Saturday after your consequences were given out. What do you look like as you leave the building?
I'm wearing a yellow shirt with joggers, and my hair is pulled up in a braid. I had to take off layers and layers of chains, of course, before. And I'm wearing combat boots.
All right. And Luna and Moon, are you leaving together or separately?
Probably together.
Wonderful. So Luna, what do you look like as you leave?
I just put on like a pink shirt and some shorts. I don't really like that I can't. I mean, part of me really wants to put on some dress because I don't really care, but I don't want. That'll probably be painful. So.
Wonderful. All right. So in pink and yellow, the two of you begin your hike from the Medusa Guild Hall to the arena. I'm sorry, not Medusa, your Flumph, from the Flumph Guild Hall to the arena. And let's go to the Medusas. Let's start with Zamora. What do you look like as you head out for your morning of training?
So I'm pretty used to training. I train a lot. So I've learned with all my experiences that I should probably pull my hair back into a bun. Less grabbing is the better. And then I wear just a black dry fit shirt and some Nike sweatpants.
Nice. And are you leaving with Elia together or separately?
Together.
All right. So Elia, as you meet Zamora, who was actually up on time, didn't oversleep, and totally ready this morning. What do you look like?
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised by that because I honestly I was just gonna leave because I knew she would be asleep most of the time. But I'm wearing a tank top, and over that, just to like get there, because it's cold outside, I'm going to be wearing like a puffy insulated jacket, a black one. Yeah.
Keeping yourself warm. It is that is a great way to remind our audience. This is November in Tahoe, which is in the mountains. It's chilly. All right, so you head on your hike from the Medusa Guild Hall to the arena, and let us go to Luke out in the wood cabin that we haven't talked much about. That is the Dragon Guild Hall. You are probably one of the earliest up this morning. I think because the Dragon Guild is such a strong fighter guild, many of them are either up early or they sleep in and work out all day. So what do you look like as you leave this morning?
I've already been kind of like warming up and getting ready. So I'm already dressed in like just basketball shorts and t-shirt. And I'm very excited. Like as soon as I wake up, I'm extremely excited to get out and get working. And then I kind of see my friends who all look like they're excited to do something together. So I kind of go up to them and I'm like, "Hey guys, what are you doing?"
Yeah, we will get to that in a second. I want to get to what Stevie looks like as she's leaving. Stevie, obviously, you, like most Guild of Lich members, know you have to plan to get up a little earlier than everyone because of the labyrinth that is the underground Guild of the Lich Guild Hall. So what do you look like as you're trying to make your way through the labyrinth?
I'm honestly just throwing on my big Lich hoodie and some baggy sweats. I'm already in one of Ferg's like weapons classes. I know this is not going to be fun for me. So I'm just throwing on whatever's comfortable, and then I'm going to go wait outside the Dragon Hall because Luke and I usually walk to weapons together.
Cool. I like that. So you two are walking together. One question I've been wondering, Stevie, at this point, you've been living in the labyrinth for about a semester, a couple weeks shy of it. How good are you getting at navigating it? Or is it still like, oh my God, I get lost every morning?
I drew it out in the first week. I'm pretty good at it now. I made myself a little map.
Of course you did. I love it. Okay. So Stevie and Luke arrive, Luna and Moon, Zamora and Alaya, all in your kind of little groups. And you arrive at the arena door, the kind of typical door that everyone uses that goes through the locker room together at about the same time. And you know that you're expected soon. So if you wanted to, you could chat out here for a second briefly, but you are expected in the arena very soon. Anybody want to say anything to each other this morning, or are we just diving right in like totally half asleep?
Okay. I thought we were waiting on you. Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, I never finished my conversation with you.
That's true.
You can go for it now if you want.
So before I guess I walk with Stevie into our training that morning, kind of walk up to my friends and I'm like, "Hey guys, what are you doing this morning?" Because they all seem to be getting ready together. And they kind of talk about going to do training together. They talk about doing some really exciting things. And then I realized that maybe I don't want to spend all morning training, and maybe I kind of want to hang out with my friends, which is kind of sad.
I think it's as you're kind of feeling this that Stevie comes up kind of excited for her day and happy to see you. And you all maybe not excited for her day. Maybe
Not
just happy to
excited
see
for
you.
my day at all.
Putting on maybe a fake face, maybe very transparently fake, I think, given what we know about Stevie. And you're all meeting outside the arena. Anybody else want to discuss anything with each other before you go in?
Maybe I'm chatting with Moon, but I'm not talking to anyone else.
So let's move into the locker room because you have to pass through the locker room to get in the arena. And if you want to add anything, you can. You arrive at the arena from the locker room that is empty except for a small plate of like pastries, like a general like Tupperware container of Cheerios and a gallon of milk. Like it's the most Spartan breakfast you could find, but it's food. There is no coffee. If you want to grab anything on the way, you can grab it. But from the arena, you can actually already hear the sounds of combat.
I'm gonna grab 2 donuts for myself before I go in.
I'm gonna get a bowl of just dry Cheerios because fighting on an empty stomach isn't the smartest idea.
But you don't want too full of a stomach. That's actually really true. Anyone else?
I'm grabbing like a chocolate donut and like, is there drinks other than water? Could I get like some tea?
There's water and there's milk for the cereal.
Okay, water, I guess.
I'm drinking a glass of plain milk.
I love it. It's so Luke. All right. Anyone else?
I'm just getting a donut and some water.
All right. If no one else has anything, we will move into the arena. So as you walk into the arena, you find that it is mostly empty aside from the usual weapon and shield racks that along one wall. Ferg stands sparring in the arena already with a figure that you recognize very quickly. And Lucius, tell us what you're wearing as they find you in the arena already.
He's not wearing anything practical, or I'm not wearing anything practical. You see, what I have on is a turtleneck and like a tuxedo, kind of like a suit on, like a blazer, I guess, on, like, and very, very like not practical to be moving in at all. But I'm making it work.
That is some very unique training clothing. And you see Lucius, what are you wielding in this training with Ferg?
I've got 2 short swords in each hand.
So you've got a short sword in each hand. Ferg has his like full-size battle axe, and the two of them are sparring quite intensely. Ferg obviously letting Lucius try his best. He's not trying to knock Lucius out. He's actually working to counter him and give him a workout. How do you all react as you arrive in the arena and someone who you weren't expecting is already here?
I'm wondering, what did he do to get here on Saturday? And can I yell at him and be like, hey, what are you doing here?
Yes, and as you do this, the kind of sparring stops because Ferg is not going to spar with a student who's not focused, to give Lucius the opportunity to speak and to drink some water himself before we begin.
Oh, what's up, upstart? Guys got here a little late, huh?
Late? What? No. Maybe late by your standards, big guy. But what are you doing here? Did you get punished?
Yeah, same as you guys, just extra training.
Okay.
Why?
Why? Just, the training's good. I can't be, left behind by you guys, so trying to keep up.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, you got to get yourself a pair of basketball shorts. That is not going to work.
You see, I'm trying to give Ferg an opportunity to surpass me, but I don't know. Basketball shorts might make me too agile. So I'm trying to make it easy on him.
Aren't you going to overheat? You're literally wearing a turtleneck.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
As Zamora asks if he's going to overheat, I give her like a little swat on the arm, like, dude, don't tell him.
Yeah.
So at this point, Ferg has finished drinking his little bit of bottle of water he's got, and he's leaning on his axe at this point because he's a dwarf and the axe is tall and he is short. And he says, well, good to see you all on time this morning. Grab what gear you need, suit up in what armor you want, and when you're ready, we shall begin. Today is a full day of training. No break, or we break for lunch at noon and then continue on till 3 after. If you're not exhausted and bruised by the time I'm done with you today, then I didn't push you hard enough. He smiles at you all with a smirk and says, now go, heroes, and come back fast. Without another word, He expects you to leave and go get ready.
Oh God, this sounds awful.
So you are told to go grab whatever weapons and armor you need and get ready. What are you grabbing and what are you putting on? Let's start with Zamora, who I know if she puts on her armor has the longest amount of time to get ready.
Yeah, I go straight for where my armor usually is because I'm in this room a lot. I go straight for my half plate, and I suit up, and then I grab my my rapier because I'm gonna start practicing with that to get better at it.
Are you grabbing your shield also?
Yes.
So it takes a good amount of time to get that half plate on unless someone's going to help you. You will probably be the last one out of the locker room. So unless someone's going to volunteer to help, and then we'll go to them next.
I can help.
All right. So Eliza's going to help, which is totally not uncomfortable because an entire outfit that goes on underneath plate armor. So Elia puts on his armor. What are you putting on?
I'm putting on light leather armor, and I'm grabbing my 2 daggers. And the leather armor probably won't be too hard to get on. It's pretty much just a bunch of hide stitched together, kind of. But
yep. In fact, for those playing at home following along, it only takes about 5 minutes according to the Dungeons Master's Guide. So yeah, it's a quick thing to put on, and you can easily help Zamora get ready and kind of cut some of that time in half. So you are all getting ready, and let's see, Stevie, what are you doing to get ready?
I'm casting mage armor on myself because that's just kind of my go-to. I'm grabbing my tablet and keeping it on like an inside part of my jacket that I'm wearing because I imagine my armor with a jacket for some reason. And then I'm grabbing some darts.
Great. Question for you. When you cast mage armor, where are you? Are you in the arena? Or are you in the locker room?
I'm staying exactly where I was in the arena. I don't want to move. It's early in the morning. I don't want to be here. I'm just like, he says, go get ready. I'm just like, okay, armor.
As you begin to cast the spell, Ferg holds out his hands and goes, oh, no. There'll be no spells this morning.
What?
I'll explain later, but save your energy.
So what do you want me to wear?
Well, whatever you're trained to wear. He looks at you, clearly insinuating that you've been in his class training and that you should have learned something at this point. He's being just a little bit of a snide teacher.
Okay. I just go into the locker room and hope I find something.
And we will then from there go to Luke.
I don't wear armor. I've got my great axe. But I kind of overhear this conversation between Stevie and Ferg. And as she's kind of walking towards the locker rooms, I'm like, yo, Steve, you need some help?
Yes, please. That would be great.
All right, I got you.
All right, Luna, what are you grabbing and putting on?
I don't even know if I've worn armor before. I'd probably just take the dagger that I got from the flunked dagger. I forget what it's called. And just some light leather armor.
Let's check your sheet really quick because I've got it readily accessible. In the past, you've worn what a few of our druids have worn. It's a breastplate armor made out of plastic that has been recycled.
I thought that was the the plastic bottle armor that I made for Halloween. That's what I thought what it was.
But it's a joke version of the actual, like the druids have created as a way of kind of recycling elements and actual plastic armor.
Okay, I prefer that a lot more.
Which is already the stats on your sheet.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So let's go to then Moon.
Am I too small to have armor?
There is armor that has been made for gnomes.
Okay. I feel like I would just collapse. So I put on the special gnome armor, and then I grab my throwing knives. But yeah, sorry. I just never hit me that maybe the armor was going to be too heavy for me.
Nope, we have armor tailored for our forearm arms. It's not uncommon at all.
I look like the little kid from A Christmas Story when he gets all wrapped up in all the layers of clothing, and he's like, I can't put my arms down. That's what I look like right now.
You still get adjusting to your armor. All right. So there we go. You all come out. Stevie clearly upset about the fact that she's not getting to cast this spell right now. And Ferg, yes, that is correct, Stevie. Ferg looks at you all, kind of checks out the gear you've grabbed, and kind of looks around like someone's missing. And as he does this, out of the other locker room, runs out Iris in her own version of that plastic kind of druid armor, and carrying a spear and a wooden shield. And she stands right next to Lucius, and Farag looks at her and says, glad to see you arrived today, ready. You were almost in trouble for being late, young Fefra. Now, we are all here, let us begin. Today, we'll be sparring with a live opponent. The rules are simple. It's combat training. None of that fancy hoity-toity sparkly magic. Just sword and board and wits. Now, I know you magical types. And he looks at Stevie and Luna and Moon and Iris and Zamora and Alaya. And he says, you may think it ain't fair. You may think to yourself, leader Ferg, this ain't right. You think the darkness is going to fight fair? Did it? You think?
Well, I just think that magic is a completely valid way to fight.
I agree. I mean, we are at a magic school.
I'm sorry, are you talking back right now, young ladies?
Yeah, I am.
No.
Well then, why don't you step forward?
Oh gosh. Okay, wait. I didn't even realize what I was doing. I'm talking back to a teacher.
I'm sorry. I was kidding.
You guys, we're literally already in trouble. Why do you want to make it worse?
No, you know what? Actually, no, I'm not talking back. Actually, sorry.
That's what I thought. Now, like I was saying, in my arena, you learn to take a hit, block a hit, or dodge a hit, or you die from a hit in the real world. Those are the options in my arena. Now, pair up and square off. This is something that those of you who have taken fight training with Ferg have heard before. And right now, you need to decide who is pairing up with whom. Iris is also present, so she is a choice. This is a choice for you to make. Unless you hang out and don't make a decision quick enough, you're going to get to make your own choice here. So, who wants to train with whom?
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think Luna and I are so terrified right now, so we kind of just like quickly go together.
Magic users unite.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I see them pair up, and I'm just like, dang it, they were the small ones I could have taken.
You definitely, Lucius looks about as squishy as you do. A little
He's got
less.
2 swords, though. I have darts.
Alaya, and you know, based on your conversations with Luna, and you're watching her, Iris is a druid, and has been training in that class.
I'm just gonna sit back and hope someone comes to me. I'm too scared to approach anyone.
All right, Laya.
I noticed that Stevie is like that, and I'm like, Zamora, you know her best. Go with her. And I'm gonna. Hey, come on, be nice.
Why am I always the nice one here?
You know her best. Come on.
Can I roll to see if I can hear them debating who has to be stuck with me?
Yeah, go for it.
What am I rolling for this?
You can roll perception.
Okay. 4.
A 4, you don't hear this.
Okay.
You're trying so hard not to look like you're listening that you can't hear it.
Can I pick someone?
Yeah, go for it, Lucius.
Can I choose Stevie?
Yeah, so let's play this out. Lucius, you walk up to Stevie, who's very much hanging back in the group, and what do you say?
Let's see here. We have a very large person and 2 other pretty scary looking people. So I think I want to fight against you. Would you be okay with that?
I mean, you were just training with Ferg, right? Luke also has a big axe. Maybe that would be like more making sense.
How tall is Ferg?
Ferg is a dwarf, so he's under 5 feet tall. He's probably about 4'6", 4'8", somewhere down there.
No, I think you're around the right size.
Come on, Lucius, bro.
Hey.
Don't pick the small fight. No offense, Steve.
Oh,
Yeah, what he said.
I see how visibly like uncomfortable Stevie is right now, so I kind of give Alaya like a dirty look, like fine, I'll just do it. And I go over to her and I'm like, you want to work with me?
Sorry, Lucius, I'm with Samora.
man, that's a bummer.
Sorry.
Maybe next time, yeah?
No.
Sure. Probably not.
All right, so far I have Moon and Lucius. No, I'm sorry, Moon and Luna. Can't read my own writing. Stevie and Zamora. We have Luke, Alaya, and Iris. And who am I missing?
And Lucius.
And Lucius. Yes, duh. Thank you.
I think I'm a little irritated that that Lucius wanted to go after Stevie like that. So I kind of turned towards him and I'm like, "Hey, you don't have a partner, right?"
Oh. Do I know you? I don't think we've met before.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm Luke. And I kind of
Ooh,
clap his shoulder.
right.
And that is a hefty clap. He's a Goliath, so he's pretty big.
Okay.
And he's got some weight behind that hand, even when he doesn't want to.
So can I look around and see if anyone else is available?
The other options right now is Iris and Alaya, and Iris is actually starting to kind of make her way to Alaya. So if you want to get or to pair up with either of them, you're going to need to move quickly.
Then, yeah, all right, I'm down. Let's go.
So Lucius and Luke and Alaya, Iris is going to walk up to you. Oh yeah, go for it.
Wait, Lucius, you're walking over to Iris, right?
No, Lucius has agreed to fight with Luke.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah, I'll take Iris.
And she gives you a look like, well, do you want to partner up? Kind of looking at everyone else that everyone has already partnered.
Yes, we don't even have a choice.
And she looks at you like, well, that was kind of mean. And then looks at her weapons and goes, all right, cool. And thus we begin. Ferg stands in the center of the arena, and with all of you paired up, he tells you to line up and kind of walks down the arena's diameter and kind of marks a couple of spots for each of you to stand up or to stand at. You all go ahead and take a position, and he tells you to have your partner stand across from you. Now, we must establish who is closest to Ferg and farthest away. So if you're thinking kind of picture-wise, closest to Ferg is going to be what we're going to call the A fighter, and farthest from Ferg is going to be the B fighter. Thinking of like a 3-point line, Ferg being one, A, and then B being next. So in your partners right now, as you set up, Moon, where do you set up geographically? Are you setting up closer to Ferg or further away from Ferg?
Further away. I think Luna and I are a little Surprised.
Okay, so Luna is going to be the A in the fight. Moon is going to be the B. Lucius and Luke, who's going to be which?
Lucius is just gonna, or I don't care who goes in which position. I'll just follow what Luke is gonna do.
Luke, you're pretty used to this lineup, so where do you stand?
I'm gonna stand farther from him, I think.
Okay, cool. So Luke is going to take the B, and Lucius will take the A. And this is going to be important, I promise, in just a second. Okay, and then Zamora and Stevie, how are you set now? Stevie, you're also familiar with this because it's a technique he's used in class, as Zamora, I know, is trained in weapons also.
I stand closer to him because I can just tell that him and I are like better than our like relationship than him and Stevie.
Perfect. And then finally,
I'm hoping by standing farther away from him, he'll notice less that I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, I like that. Alaya, which position are you taking?
It's me and Iris both, right?
Yes.
Has the very back been taken yet? Because I think I have a reason.
Well, if you think about it, you're lining up on that kind of diameter line across the arena, and Ferg is going to be on the back side of you all.
Oh.
So are you closer to him or are you closer to the other side of the arena?
Okay. I think I'm closer to the other side.
Cool. So you're going to be the B, and Iris is going to have no problem being the A in this situation. So as you all line up, squaring off against each other, ready for whatever this training is Ferg's going to throw at you, he says, we're going to do some basic combat training. You will only attack on my command. And this is how we will begin today. Do well, and we may advance to something more advanced. Slack off or not take this seriously, and the whole day will be like this. If you are nearest me, you are fighter A. If you're near the wall, you're fighter B. Fighters, take your stances. What does it look like when Ferg tells you this based on your training? How does your body move? How do you get yourself ready for this first attack that you know he's going to tell you to make? Or the first defense if you're the B?
I probably instinctively get ready to prepare a spell or something, and then I remember no magic, and I get really mad again. So I try to maybe copy what everyone else is doing.
I think this is a great image. You're used to casting spells, so you've got what is your standard weapon that's not a spell casting item?
It's just I don't know. I think it's just the dagger.
You could also have either a quarterstaff or a club.
Oh,
Or
that's more fun. I forgot about those. Maybe a club.
So you pardon me. So you've got this club in your hand, and you kind of reach back like you're going to start casting the spell, and you go, wait, no, I can't do that. So you kind of grab the club by both hands awkwardly and start looking around. I love it. Moon across from her. What are you doing as the one who's about to receive whatever this attack is?
I'm completely unprepared. So I'm just kind of like...
You've got a dagger in each hand going, what do I do?
Yeah.
I think knowing that this is like pure combat, Poison is kind of like curled up somewhere like 10 feet away from you, and it's just kind of watching you do your thing. Perfect. Let's go to Zamora. You are in this group, the A, so you're making the first attack. What does it look like as you prep for this attack with your rapier?
Oh, I immediately get my feet in position where I'm like the most sturdiest and ready to go out my partner. I get my shield up and I get my rapier, like how people who are fighting do.
You fall into like perfect protective attack form. Your feet are in the right position. And Stevie, you see this like perfect form. How are you reacting?
I definitely, I think, have the feet down for the perfect form because that's not difficult, and I've kind of adapted to taking it when I cast spells anyways. But I get my feet into that position that I just have these little darts in my hand that I haven't been trained with because I'm in a heavy weapons class and I can't use those. So I'm just kind of like holding a dart like I'm about to throw it. Just I don't know what I'm doing.
I love this image of the like perfectly prepared fighter against the person who's like, what do I do with these tiny things? So fun. I appreciate that. And let's go to Lucius and Luke. Lucius, you've got the first attack here. What does it look like as you prepare?
I just ready into like a normal standard training stance and just. So am I making the first move now or just getting ready?
In just a second. So you're
Okay.
it's kind of the equivalent of when whenever you're training any sort of athletic activity and the trainer says like, okay, ready, you're like getting you ready.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm just standard normal stance.
So you've got kind of think like both blades kind of out, one in an attack, one in a defense stance, and you're ready to go. Luke, what do you look like as you get ready to defend against this?
I'm so confident that I take my axe and I toss it up into the air and catch it again by the handle and then hold it up in front of me because I don't think that this guy could lay a finger on me.
Awesome. I absolutely love that. It's so much bravado and so cocky, and especially against what Lucius has done so far. It's almost an insult. And let's go to our last, Alaya. Iris sets herself with her shield up in front of her, weight on her back foot, and she's actually like pointing this spear directly at you, rested on the shield. Like this is a pretty well prepared stance. How do you react? You're knowing that you're going to have to block, parry, or dodge this.
So I used to using magic. That's my first source of being kind of awkward with my daggers. I'm just kind of like, and then the other source of awkwardness is that I know that she is not going to have any mercy on me. So I'm a little bit I'm pretty nervous, and I just kind of have my daggers there, and I try to come up with a stance that I think feels sturdy. I kind of look at what Zamora does, and I'm like, kind of put my feet in the same way, even though we don't have the same weapons. And I prepare for the worst.
And as you all take your stances and settle in for this first attack, Farrig says, Fighter A, attack! And as he does this, we're going to slide into mechanics. So this is a modified version of traditional combat as a way for me to kind of introduce it to them a little more, introduce it to you all that are watching at home. You are all going to roll whatever your basic attack roll is. So for Zamora, that's going to be your D20 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity because you've got that rapier. And along with whatever else is going on, you're fine, Stevie. We're not going to start with you all anyway. So you're going to roll your attack, and then and then that is going to be against your opponent's AC and AC only. So AC in D&D means their armor class, and it's the quality of their armor, sometimes combined with a stat. For example, Lucius's AC is going to be his leather armor combined with his dexterity, because that's how the stat works in Dungeons and Dragons. So we're just going to go through this, and we're going to see based on those numbers who hits whom, and who manages to dodge, parry, or get out of the way of these attacks. So let's start with Alaya and Iris. Iris is fully ready. I'm going to roll Iris's attack for her with her quarterstaff. And Iris is going to roll a total of a 5. And so Iris comes in kind of with the spear ready and does a kind of twisting lunge where she opens her kind of shield armor away and really, really reaches out. Your AC is what, Alaya?
It is 13.
So she cannot hit you based on the numbers that are at play here. How does she manage to miss you? Do you parry that attack away with your dagger? Do you dodge, sidestep? How does she miss you?
I'm going to do like a matrixy, like I'm gonna duck under the spear. And can I try to action after that?
So this is going to be, because it's an organized training, you know it's attack, and then you're going to get an opportunity to attack, but you will reset. It's because of its organized training right now. Eventually, we will get into more traditional combat in just a few minutes. So that attack happens, and you then kind of reset for the next moment.
Okay.
Let's go with Luna. Roll your attack, please.
Can I roll with disadvantage because I don't want to hurt Moon.
You want to choose to roll with a disadvantage?
Yes, because I feel like I wouldn't want to hurt Moon, and I don't know what I'm doing with this club.
So you can choose to not like attack correctly. Like you can choose to say that like I don't want to hit this person, so I'm going to try and make it look like I'm trying to hit them, but not hit them.
Yes.
So then for that, instead of rolling the attack, I'm going to have you roll a performance roll to make it look like to fair you're trying to hit her. Or yes, sir.
Oh, that's a 5.
That is going to miss, most definitely. So Moon, this attack is coming at you, but it's made to look like it's an attack, but it's not, and you clearly see that she's not going to hit you. How do you react to this? Are you just going to let it whiff in front of you, or are you going to try and sidestep and make it look like you're in danger? How are you going to react?
I'm going to kind of sidestep. I'm just going to I can't really defend myself well, but I'm just going to,
So I think what this looks like is Luna takes this kind of like big, visible, like, I am not going to hit you. And and Moon, you just go, whoa, it's like super slow motion. It's the fakest fight ever. And let's go then to Luke and Lucius. What does your moment look like as Lucius, you roll your attack for me?
Okay. Okay, so 21 to hit.
That's with your bonus, right? That wasn't a critical roll.
Yeah, that was with the bonus.
Okay. So you are what is your AC, Zamora?
Luke.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. What is your AC, Luke?
14.
So this is gonna hit, and we actually haven't talked about what happens when a hit happens today, because none have happened. This is gonna hit, and this is gonna hurt. You're actually using real weapons for intensive, extended training. So Lucius, you're gonna get to roll some damage here. So the way damage works in Dungeons and Dragons is you have a die set to the type of weapon. Lucius is wielding a short sword, which I believe is a D6.
Yep.
He's going to roll that and add his dexterity bonus, because that's the stat that's used with a short sword. So what's your total, Lucius?
For damage, that's 8. 8 damage.
So Lucius comes in, and he's coming in, and this stab is just... why does this stab hit, Luke?
I think I got so into just thinking that it was going to be so easy that I look over at some of the other people for a second, and before I know it, I've been struck. You got distracted. You're showing off, maybe kind of like looking at everybody else. Do you see that? You see that? And as you do that, you take a just graze right under your arm. And you look down, and like you're used to training in the arena and it not hurting, and you're like, I am hurt. I am actually bleeding right now. I am cut. How do you react to this? I kind of hold my hand to the cut, and I look down at my hands, and then I look up at Lucius, and I just know that when it's my turn, it's over for him.
It's on. Wonderful. We have one more for this round. So Zamora, you've got the first attack on Stevie. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Can you remind me what I'm adding to my...
Yes. So Zamora, you've got a rapier, so you're going to roll your attack, which is the D20, and then you're going to add for your rapier 4, because you have 2 points in dexterity for your bonus, and your training in the weapon is another 2.
Okay. And then it's a 20.
That's a dirty 20, right? Which is the term we
Yes.
use for when the 20 is a total and not a critical. Okay. So, Stevie, your AC is
11. I think.
so that is definitely going to hit, and that means Zamora is going to do some damage. Zamora, roll your damage, please.
That's a 1.
You're gonna get a bonus of
Huh?
you're gonna get a bonus of 2 because of your dexterity, so it's a total of 3.
Yeah. It's only so low because I realized that Stevie, she's not the most trained, and we've become like pretty decent friends. So I kind of want to go easy-ish on her. Like I kind of feel bad.
So you pull your damage a little, I think.
Yeah.
And so Stevie's gonna take that 3 damage. And Stevie, what does this look like, and when it hits?
So I see her go to like stab with the rapier. Her rapier is a stabbing weapon. And I just kind of panic and I'm just like, ah! just like cover myself, which does nothing. And it just like gets me in the arm.
And I think that's kind of too why Zamora pulls the attack, is because she sees you just kind of cower. And it's not the bravest or prettiest moment. And then you all reset for the next round of combat. But before we do the next round, we're going to take our 5-minute bio break. So at this point, we will be back in just a few moments with the next round of combat. Not yet, Lucius. Don't overwhelm them. Okay. Welcome back. So we're going to move on with the second round of combat here. So this is slightly different rounds because it's a training combat, not not a traditional combat. But as we come back, everyone is kind of resetting into their kind of stances and positions to move on to the next moment. And you hear Ferg say, "Fighter B, attack!" And as Ferg says this, we're going to go through you all again. And we're going to do this round again, kind of in that slower set. And then we're going to start to pick up a little. So let's start this time with where we, I think we'll start where we left off here. Stevie's just taken a very serious cut. And it is now Stevie's turn to attack Zamora. Stevie, roll your attack.
$13.
So Stevie, you're coming in with using your Gilded Lich dagger. Is that what you're wielding right now?
No, I'm using darts.
Oh, so darts are only thrown.
Yeah.
So that's I think part of the reason. Oh, are you attacking from range, like throwing them at Zamora right now?
No, I'm not moving. I'm just kind of like chucking them at her, even though she's like right there.
Perfect. Zamora, how do you? Because your AC is what?
It's a 19.
It is a 19, so 13 is not going to hit. What does this look like on your end as she kind of just throws these darts at you?
They don't go very far, but I like stick up my shield kind of like lazily, and they kind of just like bounce off.
Ting. And definitely you hear that definitive sound of metal on metal ting, and it kind of reverberates a little in your shield, very gently. And then let's go to Lucius and Luke, the other place where we had damage here. Luke, you're recuperating from this pretty palpable hit. And it is now your turn. You hear Fighter B attack. What does your attack look like? And give us the roll.
I think I might rage. I think just it's almost annoying to me, more than painful that I've been cut, especially by Lucius of all people. I'm like, dude, who are you? So to hit, that's going to be 16.
So are you going to rage?
Yeah.
Okay. So rage is an ability for our audience that Luke gets because of his class being a barbarian, and it gives him a lot of bonuses, including he gets a bonus 2 points to his attacks when he attacks in rage. So, and this rage it's a battle rage. Luke, what does it look like when you let it go?
I just kind of yell at the top of my lungs as I kind of lunge towards Lucius. And I'm really going all in now.
And your total was what?
Oh, let me roll. It's a +2 for rage.
Plus whatever other bonuses you get.
Okay. So then that should be a 12.
That does not beat my AC.
What did you roll on the die, Luke?
For to hit or?
No, just what was the die roll itself? I just want to double check your math for you.
Oh, the die roll was 8, so it should be +3 and then plus the.
It's actually it's +5 +2.
Oh, +5 +2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So 8, 15.
Lucius, what is your AC?
15.
So welcome to the next rule explanation. Tie always goes to the attacker in Dungeons and Dragons. So Luke is going to hit with his great axe. And this is going to do a significant amount of damage because the other thing about rage is it also gives that +2 bonus to damage. So you are going to take that damage. Is roll your d12, Luke, and add 5 to that. What's your total?
16.
Did you roll max damage?
I rolled an 11.
Oh dear. Lucius, what is the total damage that you can take?
That would be a 9.
So Luke comes in with this roar, and I think like it's a big swing, and he's just so big you can't get out of the way of it, and it gets you right in the side. And what should be like a killing blow, you feel it as it hits. You kind of get really, really woozy, and then you feel like a surge of magic, and you drop to a knee and begin to glow red. But you're still conscious, and where the axe hit, that should be like a giant gash. It's just like, it looks like the same type of cut that Luke took. So you are going to remain at full health because magically the arena healed you. You are not going to go down. You're not going to have to make death saves, but you have to make an exhaustion save. This is a mechanic I've created for the arena. So I need you to roll a Constitution save, please. This is something I created for the arena as the DM to supplement them having to die in the arena. Magically, the arena saves your life, but it is a cost. It makes you really tired.
My con save was 8.
8. Oh man. Your first con save's DC is 10, so you're going to come up short. You are going to suffer 1 level of exhaustion as the arena saving you makes you very tired. And what that means for our audience and for our players, 1 level of exhaustion means you have disadvantage on ability checks. So right now, not going to be super bad for you unless people start throwing around spells, but that will last for the rest of the day. All right, so let us move on to another pairing here. Let's go to Moon and Luna. Moon, it is your attack. So roll your attack with your knives. You'll attack with 1 this round.
$16.
16. Luna, what is your AC?
Oh wait, let me look. 13.
So
Oh, wait,
this-
it was 14? There's the equal sign. I don't know. 13.
all right. So either way, it would still hit. This is going to hit. Now, we've already established people in the room have been choosing to pull their punches or pull their stabs a little. If you'd like to, you can do that and do less damage. But you, at the very least, have to take your damage bonus. So that is going to be for you, Moon. It's going to be, at the very least, you're going to do 3 damage. You can choose not to roll the die and do minimum. So that would be 4 total.
So if I don't roll the die,
If you don't roll the die, it's going to be 4 because you already are so good with the weapon that you have to do 3 damage.
I'm not going to roll the die.
Cool. So Luna, you explain to me how and why this attack gets in.
I'm not prepared. I'm not used to close combat like this. It's Moon. I mean,
You weren't
it's
expecting her
hard.
to take it so seriously?
No.
Aw.
Well, I mean, not completely. I mean, I'm not like super. I'm not super surprised that she's still trying. At least.
So, yeah, I think you're kind of you're not used to it, so you're not quite sure how to defend. And she comes in just a little too quick, and as you go to parry it, she just kind of gets right underneath that parry, and is going to do that 4 damage. So please make sure you are all tracking your damage. If you drop to 0, let me know. And at this point, we're going to move to our last pairing. That would be Alaya and Iris. Alaya, it is your strike, so go ahead and roll it.
3.
So the way this works is Iris has already missed you with her spear, and you kind of dodged under it. What does your attack look like as you're trying to make it?
So like, I'm gonna use a pencil as my example. I'm like dodging under it, and I'm gonna try to slash upwards at her.
All right, and I think as you do that, she does like a flick of her wrist, and the spear comes around and matches your blade, preventing you from getting her. It's a very smooth and trained move because she's got a shield there. She could have just put it between her, and it shows that she's a little bit better at this than you're giving her credit for, I think. And as this final round of this training combat comes to an end, Ferg says, "All right, reset. Fighters A, strike again." And he's picking it up, and you can feel that like this is the day. This is the day. So let's go again. Iris quickly is going to hear this and take advantage now, and she's going to stab for Alaya. And she is going to roll a 5. So that is definitely going to miss again. And how does this miss look on your end, Alaya?
Trying to imagine, because now we've kind of tangled ourselves up. Does she try to hit me with her spear?
I think what this is she's got you locked in here with the spear. She's kind of coming down with the shield to try and like shield punch you.
Okay. I'm going to like, because I'm still bent backwards. This is really weird. I'm going to try to maneuver out of it, like dodge it.
Yeah, and I think you clearly do what you. I think what you do is you're kind of leaning back. I think you set your foot and you kind of duck under and slide around, and now you kind of can reset back to your position.
Yeah.
Let's go with Zamora and Stevie. Zamora, you've just blocked that dart. It is your attack. Go ahead and roll it.
Sorry, I forgot how to add for a second.
No problem.
11.
11. Stevie, what's your AC?
11.
I is going to go to the attacker. So, Zamora, again, we've established you can choose to do minimum damage if you like.
See, I would like, but I don't know. I don't like losing.
You can roll your D8.
8.
I am down.
So Stevie, much like Lucius, you feel this, and I think this one goes right into your shoulder. Like you try to block it again, hoping that Zamora is gonna pull the attack, and she doesn't. She just goes right into your shoulder, and you feel it hit and puncture, and that is not a comfortable feeling. And it kind of takes the breath from you. Roll a Constitution save.
13.
You save, so you are not going to come back exhausted, but you do drop to a knee and you do glow red for a second as the magic kind of resets and signifies that you have been taken down. And pardon me.
This is not the first time the arena has done this for me in this situation.
It's a pretty familiar feeling. Let's go to Lucius and Luke. Lucius, you've just taken this pretty big hit. You're on a knee. So to get up, if we were in larger combat, you would have that kind of half movement, but we're not having to move to do this. So it is your call. How you're going to make your attack and explain to us what it looks like.
I'm going to take off my suit jacket, and, like crack my neck a little bit. All right. And then I'm going to take another swing. A lot. Like 23 to hit.
You did not roll a 20 on the die, correct?
No.
Okay, so that is definitely going to hit Luke. Luke, you are raging, however, so do remember that when it comes to damage, you have resistance, so you will take half of this damage. How does this? What does this look like as this attack comes in, and why does it hit?
Just looking really like upset with myself and trying to keep calm. Just like maybe like a flash of lightning, I'd go super fast and just swing right through like the rib cage area.
And Luke, why does it hit?
Because I think that I've incapacitated him with this one hit, but no, he's back and he's already back. And I find myself almost struggling.
Yep. I think it's kind of, you're reeling and it just kind of catches you as you try to step back. That's good. I like that. Good storytelling. Let us go to
the damage.
Yes, damage. Thank you.
Okay. 7 points of damage.
So you'll take half of that, Luke, and with half we always round up. And you're still up, Luke?
How much?
7. Half of 7, so
4.
Wait, no. How much health do I have?
Look, I think if I remember,
it's just 4 damage.
I've not been tracking that. You have a total, Luke, of 14, so you should be good because you haven't taken 14 total yet.
No, I haven't. I don't think so.
So let's move to our last pairing, which I believe takes us to. Wait, is that everyone? I didn't miss anyone, did I?
Wait, me and Moon, maybe?
We get the. You're right. So let's. You're right. I did miss that one. So let's see. This would be Luna's attack. Luna's second attack.
Yes. Okay. Obviously, pretending to attack Moon didn't go very well. So maybe I'll try a little bit, like a light tap with the club or something.
Go ahead, roll your attack.
Oh boy. Wait, how do you roll? It's just a d20. 17.
I do believe with a 17, that is going to hit Moon.
No.
Moon's AC is a 15, so that is going to hit.
Oh gosh.
Go ahead and roll your damage. With a club, that's a D4 plus your strength bonus.
Please, no. I'm sorry, Moon.
Luna, that's going to be a D4 plus 1, unless you want to take minimum, and then it's just going to be 2.
Oh, it's plus 1, you said?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, that is a 3.
All right, so Moon, Luna comes in, kind of. Why does this hit you at this point?
I'm distracted. I'm so tired. I've clearly been out of it all morning. So I'm very distracted. So I'm kind of like, I kind of forget where I am, and it's just bam. And it's a little wake up call.
And as you take that wake up call, you hear Ferg say, "Fighter B, attack." And we're going to go right with your reaction attack. How does this, let's roll it.
1.
So that's a critical fail, which means it's definitely going to miss, and it's not going to be good. And I think what happens is you go to stab, and Luna sees it and just like totally just steps completely out of the way. And now you're like at a disadvantage in trying to get to her, but she's got some distance on you, and it's got some advantage against that. So this has now definitely become Luna's fight. Let's go to Alaya and Iris, who've been in a stalemate. Alaya, it is your attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should I roll first or?
Roll first.
3 again.
I think the two of you are very well matched between your ability to move and her ability to just block things. So what does your attack look like?
Since I kind of just dodged out of the way and she like just tried to hit me with her shield, I'm trying to, like, I'm standing over here. I'm trying to stab her from that side.
So you're trying to get her from the side. And I think she just kind of ducks right under it and turtles a little to protect herself. And now the two of you are really low, like in this pretty heated moving battle. Let's go with Luke's reaction to Lucius's stab.
If you want to go fast, we can go fast. I'm striking back as soon as I get hit. And I rolled a 25 to hit.
Did you roll a 20 on the die?
No, I rolled it's +5 +2, right?
All right.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah. So that is definitely going to hit, and you can roll your damage. Oh dear.
Okay.
That just also barely hits, 25.
You could choose to pull this too. You don't have to do full damage.
Oh. I rolled a 1.
So either way,
Um,
you're going to do minimum damage here.
so that's 3, basically.
Plus the 3 that you get for your strength training. So it's actually going to be 6. So Lucius, you were at full health. You're going to take 6 damage now. How are you doing?
The wind just like was knocked out of me, but I'm somehow still standing, so
Nice.
gonna get back
So
up.
this was a big sweeping strike, as Luke described it. How does this hit? Because it clearly that big, you would have seen it coming.
So like I'm preparing to like, oh, I could easily dodge this, and then I lose my footing on like the gravel of the arena, and I just trip into it basically.
Ouch, that hurts. And then we go with Stevie's reaction strike. Stevie, you've been stabbed. You fall into a knee. You're pretty used to this kind of damage in the arena at this point. What is your reaction? How does this attack look from your perspective?
I think I'm not even gonna like purposefully try an attack. I think I'm just gonna like get up and throw my dart in frustration at the ground, and it's gonna go towards her foot.
Okay, roll the attack and see if it bounces.
$19.
Tie goes to the attacker on that. So you are going to hit Zamora with this low toe attack. And I think it hits because she's not expecting this like low to the ground attack and gets her in the toe. Roll some damage. That's a D4 on a dart.
2 damage.
And you get, if you have it, you would get dexterity bonus. So if you rolled a 2, that's a 3 total.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, then it is.
I added my dexterity bonus.
All right. So you're going to take that 2 damage, Zamora, and correct me if I missed anyone, but I believe that's everybody this time. Cool. All right. And this is how your morning plays out. Constant combat back and forth between you and your partner. And around lunchtime, I'm going to fast forward just a little here. I'm going to actually ask everyone to make 1 Constitution save for the rest of the morning. Lucius, your save, anyone who's already made 1 save will have their DC at 15 for this. Anyone who has not made a save, the DC is 10 for this. So, Alaya, give me your roll, please. It's Constitution save.
14.
14. So you saved. You are not exhausted yet. It's been a hard morning. You've worked out well, but you're not feeling nearly as tired as you could be. Cool. Luke, where are you at?
Hang on. It's my bonus 22.
So yeah, you are definitely not exhausted either. You're going to take a level of exhaustion. And you again too, you're ready for lunch, but you're not feeling any negative effects of this long workout because you've done a lot of them. Luna, what do you got?
14 as well. 14.
Also not going to suffer any effects of exhaustion yet, but you are tired. Stevie?
10.
Oh, and your DC was 15 for that. So you are going to reach your 2nd level of exhaustion. That means
I passed my last one.
Oh yeah, you're right. You passed your first one. You're right. That is my mistake. So that means that you will have disadvantage on your ability checks. So if someone makes you make a dex save or something like that, you'll have disadvantage on that. Moon, where are you at?
18.
You are safe. You are tired but not exhausted. Lucius.
9.
9. That is a fail. So you are our first person to reach the 2nd level of exhaustion, which means that your speed is now halved in addition to having disadvantage on your ability checks. This has been a long day and you've been trying to show off and you are definitely not showing off right now.
Do ability checks also count as like weapon attacks?
Ability checks is like if you're trying to stealth.
Right. Okay.
Trying to pick a lock, that sort of thing. It's not saves either. It's just checks. Next level is saves. So if you get to level 3, then everything's going to get a lot harder. Zamora.
16.
You save also, so you are good. And as you all kind of take your lunch break around midday, Rad enters the arena with Lex and Xavier. And at first, you don't really recognize Rad because his attire is unlike anything you have seen him wear before. Gone is his perfectly tailored suit, which he usually wears, and instead he's wearing black hiking pants with reinforced knees, a dark plum-colored button-up work shirt, a silver fleece vest with the Medusa logo on the left breast, and a leather cloak that is absolutely gorgeous. This cloak is black leather, and from the looks of it, it seems to be threaded with different sigils and runes in various shades of orange and red. And finally, around his neck, he wears a silver chain from which a bronzed rat skull hangs, long greened from age, and it clutches in its mouth a dark red jewel. And then strapped to his left hip is a holster where his wand is sheathed, and he walks with a quarterstaff that is made of a dark, almost black wood that resembles a gnarled root at the top and then tapers down to a very finely crafted haft and point at the other end. Lex and Xavier walk in jeans. Lex in his typical blue bootcut jeans and Xavier in a pair of black skinny jeans. And they both wear Guild of the Lich hoodies and carry picnic baskets. Rad speaks, saying, Leader Ferg, I have come to bring lunch and relieve you for this afternoon's session. At this, Ferg rolls his eyes and says, Aye, all right, Rad, just don't burn down my arena. He walks by the twins and pulls out a sandwich from one of the baskets and heads right out through the locker room. Rad looks at all of you. Good afternoon, students. And you have 30 minutes for lunch, then we begin with my rules. Lex and Xavier set down the baskets and head out to the arena. They both give Stevie a nod, like on the way out. And what is everyone eating for lunch? And what are you doing? Are you so tired you do nothing? Are you going to try and have a conversation with someone? As you eat too, you will feel yourself be revitalized a little. So any HP that you've lost, you will regain, but you will not lose any exhaustion levels. So you'll be back at full health after lunch. Or are you all just so tired you're just eating in awkward silence?
Well, I feel a little better now because it looks like Rad might let me use spells.
I'm in the exact same train of thought. I'm like, thank God, magic. I'm not going to suck anymore.
Are we all eating lunch together?
You are allowed to. He's pretty much laid out the baskets and you've got the arena. It's kind of been established without speaking that you shouldn't leave the arena right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna I'm gonna eat it. And I'm a bit tired because that was a whole lot of not hitting the other person. And I'm just gonna kind of lean against the wall and eat a sandwich.
I think as you do this, Iris grabs her sandwich and she sits down next to you and just kind of doesn't really say anything, but gives you kind of a nod of respect, like, you can move, kid. Anyone else? What does your lunch look like, Luke? Oh, sorry, Zamora, go ahead. You're ready.
I grab a sandwich and I was gonna make my way towards Alaya, and then I see Iris, and I still don't really like that little vegan. So I turn around and I just go the opposite direction and sit across from them and just stare Alaya in the eyes because he knows I don't like Iris. I just look at him.
Right, Luke.
I'm grabbing my sandwich. I'm sitting as far as humanly possible from Lucius, but I'm...
Oh, Luke, we lost you there. Anybody else hear the end of Luke? I missed that.
I think Luke's AirPod died.
Oh, no. Okay. We can come back. Let's see. Who have we not touched base with yet that still wants to share? Lucius, what does your lunch look like?
Can you skip for a little bit? Because what I want to say involves Luke.
Got it. Okay. So let's see. We touched base with Luna and Moon yet? Sorry, I'm having a hard time tracking anything right now. My brain is fried.
I'm just very tired. So I'm just kind of like, chilling.
Nice.
Then
I think Poison kind of slithers up to you and nozzles and maybe takes like a couple bites of your sandwich too, and is like saying like encouraging things to you, like you can do it. You tried so hard. Like she's being your cheerleader right now.
Yeah, I'd talk to Moon, but she seems pretty tired, so maybe we're just sitting together.
All right. So let's finish up with Luke and Lucius then. Luke, you if you could share with us again what the end of what you said was, and then we can parlay into what Lucius has to say.
I just said as I'm eating my sandwich, I'm just making very intense eye contact, even though I'm across the room.
Nice. Lucius.
I'm gonna go head over to where Luke is. Does Luke show me any signs to not get closer, or all is well? Because I need a word with him.
I'm just looking. I'm just sitting there. I haven't made any movements.
That's awkward. He's just staring at you as you sit down next to him. I like that.
I'm gonna reach my hand out and prompt a handshake. Well fought.
Classy.
Does Luke accept the handshake?
I was eating my sandwich with one hand, but I'm now eating it with both hands.
Wow, the snub.
Maybe another time when you're not eating, and I'll head back.
All right. As you all begin to finish your lunch, Red is actually sitting in a chair that he conjured because he can do that, and addresses you all. He says, well, if I know, Leader Ferg, this morning you must have been hitting each other with something or no? No? And he notices Stevie's nod and he says, well, then I say it is time for some true sparring, no? Let us see if I shall break you all into teams, and then the last team standing will be the victors. Now, not to worry, the arena's safety will stand. You will feel no pain. And when you would normally fall, you will glow red, as some of you may have experienced today. I shall make your teams, and you, as you clear all of this away, and he makes the gesture of like, please clean up lunch. Does anyone not help clean up? Cleanup is not a big activity. You've got maybe a wrapper for your sandwich and the baskets.
I don't care enough to not help, so I'm just going to throw my stuff away.
I love it. All right. So for the second time, we're going to move forward then to Rad. And he'll stand as he finishes. Here are your teams. Team 1, Lucius, Iris, Alaya, and Zamora. And Team 2, Stevie, Luna, Moon, and Luke. The rules are simple. The last team standing is the winners. Once one of you would fall, the arena will make you appear to be red to show that you are out of the fight. You may revive if on an ally if you have the ability, and you use it. Take your places. You will go on my mark. Where do you go to prepare for your fight? You're now kind of.
Can I cast mage armor now before I go?
As soon as he says that, you can be like, yes, I'm casting mage armor. Yes, you can do that. And there is no problem.
But we are allowed to use magic now?
Oh, yeah. He said pretty much no holds barred.
Okay.
So where
could
you go?
say
You've
the
been
teams
broken
again?
up into teams at this point.
Never mind.
Go ahead, Lucius.
I was going to ask for the teams. Like, could you say them
I'll
again?
repeat the teams. Team 1 is Lucius, Iris, Alaya, and Zamora. And Team 2 is Stevie, Luna, Moon, and Luke. Thank you for dropping that in chat, Stevie. I appreciate that. So Rad steps about 30 feet from where you all are, the arena is quite large, pulls out a stopwatch and begins to stare at it. And you get the feeling that he is going to give you your go very soon. You've got just about a breath to move wherever you want to move or get yourself ready for this fight however you want. Stevie's obviously casting mage armor. Are you going to move near anyone or away from anyone specifically?
I'm gonna drop just like a little bit behind wherever Luke's standing because I know I can like do some damage, but I can't take much, so I'm kind of human shielding a little bit.
Not a bad idea. I'm gonna make some notes as you describe where you're standing. Cool. No viable paper. All right. So Stevie is near Luke. Moon and Luna, you are also part of their team. Where are you going to put yourselves?
Probably gonna stick closer to Moon, I guess. Just kind of gotta like have it.
No problem. Are you going to go near Stevie and Luke, or are you going to put yourselves opposite them?
No, I'm like opposite them.
Okay. How far away from them would you say you are? In feet, please.
Oh gosh. The 10 feet? I don't know.
That's perfectly fine. Thank you. That's all I need to know for distances.
Oh boy.
And then Lucius, Alaya, and Zamora. Iris is going to kind of get up and pretty much stick with Alaya. She knows his strength and wants to fight kind of near him to be able to support him. And she kind of says that to you. She's like, we can fight together. We've been fighting each other. We know how to support each other. So Lucius and Zamora, where are you going? What are you doing?
I know that Luke, I've seen him fight in class before. Like we fought each other before. It kind of hurts whenever he attacks me. So I'm gonna stand directly in front of Moon. Not like directly, but like on my side, but in front of Moon.
So you're starting the fight like toe to toe with Moon. That's a beast move. I appreciate that. Lucius, where are you?
What is the like? Is there any like cover around me or anywhere to hide? Basically,
nope. This is
just flat.
Open arena. It is flat. The only thing that you could use as cover are the people that are here.
All right, then I'm gonna hang around Zamora then.
Perfect. All right, and as Rad sees all of you set your feet and get in your position, he stares at his watch, clicks a button, and says "mock," and you can all roll for initiative. And this is how combat works traditionally. So all characters will roll initiative, and they're going to give me their initiative. That is going to be a die roll plus their initiative bonus, and I have a fancy tracker for that now. So if you would share out your initiative when I call you, please, Lucius.
Uh, 21.
Thank you. Zamora.
Dirty 20.
Nice. So with your bonus, that makes it what?
A 20.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Duh. Perfect. Stevie.
15.
Awesome. Luna.
11.
Wonderful. Luke.
Also 11.
Perfect. Moon.
3.
3. Nice. And Alaya.
15.
15. All right. So as he says, Mark, Lucius is the first to act because he hears that and he's almost anticipating. Like it would be nearly impossible to tell if he jumped the gun or not. He's that fast. And what initiative is it's the order that these characters are going to perform based on their speed and their and the stats within the game. So Lucius, you're first. You are standing right next to an ally, which for a rogue is very important. He's going to get some bonuses to his actions. So Lucius, what are you going to do?
So Zamora decided to step up next to Moon, right?
Right next to Moon.
Right. So I'm going to attack Moon and
Wonderful.
hopefully get my bonus.
So as a rogue, if Lucius hits, he's going to do some extra damage. So let's see if he hits.
Ooh, okay. So I do not hit. I got like 13. Does that miss, or does that hit or miss?
That is going to miss. So 13, and I think what this looks like is you come in with your short sword around Zamora to try and sneak that blade in, and it's actually poison that, like, with their kind of added awareness, lets Moon know it's coming, and she very easily just steps back away from that sword. She's still in that kind of same distance from everyone, but she dodges around that move. And Zamora, with your 20, you are also almost as quick as Lucius, and you watch him make this attack, and it's your turn. Moon is right in front of you. Oh, wait, Lucius, you have 2 swords.
That's right, yeah.
And if you would like, make a bonus action with the sword in the other hand.
Right, okay. Not much better. That's a 14 to hit.
That will also miss. And I think it looks the same way. You come in with the one and she steps back. And you come right in with the other one and she steps back again and you reset. And now it's Zamora's turn.
I rolled a 19.
This is with your rapier?
Yes.
That is going to hit. Are you going to pull your punch?
No.
Perfect. So roll your damage.
Oh, okay. 4.
Perfect. So this rapier, I think what happens is Moon is so focused on dodging the 2 swords, she doesn't even see this rapier sneak right in between them and get her. And that's going to take her from 4 of 8. So she is about half her life. She's not looking healthy right now. This is going to keep us moving to Stevie. It is your turn.
How far away is, like, the farthest person from me, like, feet wise?
I would say if you're behind Zamora,
I'm behind Luke.
You're behind Luke. And you are on the, let's see, this is me not tracking things very well. You are...
So, like, Zamora and Lucas would be diagonal for me.
Yes, they are. And they're about 15 feet from you.
Cool. I'm casting Toll the Dead on Lucius because he's bothering me.
Go for it. And so Stevie's casting a spell. I'm going to ask Stevie to share this spell and how it works with the audience, please.
So Toll the Dead is a necromancy spell in which I can make a ranged attack on one creature that basically rings a bell so loud that just the volume of this bell does them damage.
And they hear it in their head. It's very terrifying.
Not real.
And for this spell, I believe
Lucius has to make a wisdom save.
Yes, he does. So the way that works is based on Lucius's wisdom stat. And the bonuses he gets to it, he's going to roll that d20 and see if she misses.
Man, and I have disadvantage too. Yeah. Oh, geez. Things aren't looking good for Lucius.
Lucius, that's not an ability check. It's a save, so you don't have a disadvantage.
Well, I have exhaustion too, right?
Exhaustion 2 is half speed and disadvantage on ability checks. So that's a save.
Okay. So it's just normal then, right?
That's normal right now.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's better to hear. Okay. What was it? Wisdom?
Yes.
4.
Stevie's gonna hit.
That definitely hits. He had to get a 13.
Yes. Roll your damage. So you hear this bell ringing in your ears, and it just hurts your head.
Lucius is not currently damaged, correct?
Not currently. You all healed at lunch. Mm-hmm. The magic of the arena.
That is going to be 7 damage.
7 damage. Ouch. Lucius.
Oh man. All right.
That is then going to take us, Stevie, thank you, to Alaya.
So what I want to do is, do I see that she casts this on him? Because it's like a mental thing. Like, do I see that?
You see her cast a spell, and you see Lucius react and kind of like shakes his head a little as that bell is ringing.
Okay. I think I see that, and I'm like, hey, cut that out. So what I want to do is I want to cast Gust on her legs so she trips and falls on her face.
Okay. I have not looked at Gust in a while.
Gotta make the Gust curve around Luke.
Is Luke in front of me?
I'm behind Luke.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, can I? No, but he's big. I don't think I can do that.
So the way Gust works is it's going to push her. You can't actually trip her, but I think that's the story wise. What you're saying is true. Like you're trying to trip her, and she would just have to step back.
You could be like push her legs, and then that works.
So that is going to be a strength save for Stevie.
$10.
What's your DC for that, Luke? Oh, no, sorry, not Luke. Elia.
DC. I don't know. What is that?
It is 11.
Your spell sheet.
Oh, hey.
It is 11. So that is going to fail. You're going to be pushed 5 feet away from Luke. So you're now 5 feet away from Luke. He's not close to you. There's a good like person space between the two of you, and you stumbled back. This is going to take us to Luna.
All right. So I saw Moon get pretty injured by, well, not injured, right, because of the arena. But Moon got hit pretty bad by Zamora, and I'm kind of upset about this. So I'm going to cast Produce Flame. It's a cantrip, and I'm gonna fling it at Zamora.
Go for it. So you summon this ball of flame in your hand, and you throw it at Zamora. Make your spell attack.
Oh boy, wait. I just rolled D20, right?
Yeah, roll a 20, and then you're going to add your skill attack bonus.
I rolled a 3.
Your bonus can't possibly be high enough to hit Zamora right now, especially. So, Zamora, how do you block this ball of flame that's coming at you?
I still have my shield, so I just put my shield out.
It just hits the center of it. It leaves a scorch mark. It might, in the very center of where it hits, be just a little red, but no damage done there.
Come on, Zamora.
We're gonna go to Luke.
I see that Stevie's been blown back a little bit, and I also see that she's done some pretty good. She's done a pretty good number on Lucius, so I kind of go back to step in front of her again. And then I think I might go to attack, or I'm going to stay there, but I'm going to throw my axe. I can do that, right?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Are you going to rage?
I don't think I will yet.
Okay. So you're gonna throw your axe. Well, we're just gonna say for the sake of it, that let me it's not traditionally a thrown weapon because it's a great axe. But I'm gonna roll it cool with this. Go ahead and roll an attack with it.
Okay. As for who to attack, I think I might go for Elia and see if I can get him off guard.
All right, I'm gonna say that's at about 15, 20 feet. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say you're just within range of throwing a great axe. Go for it.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Especially with your strength, I think you can do it.
That's a 16 to hit.
And Elia's AC is a 13, so that is definitely going to hit. You throw this great axe 20 feet across the arena, and I think the only reason it works is because you're so used to wielding this weapon and you are so strong. And you hit him. Roll your damage.
All right. That's a 10.
It's a 10. That is going to take Elia down. So Elia takes his hit, and it embeds in his arm for a second, and you watch him like grimace at the pain, and then the magic takes over, and it kind of pops out, lands on the ground. His injury heals, but he takes a knee on the ground. Elia is now, for the mechanics of the arena, dead. He cannot compete in this combat unless somebody heals him. I'm not going to make you make death saves because you're not actually dying, and we don't want to make that mechanic get involved here yet. But Alaya is, for the mechanics of the arena, currently dead. Iris sees this. Iris is not happy, and she's right next to you. She reaches down, Alaya, touches your shoulder, and you feel a wave of warmth that feels like sitting in the sunlight under a tree. And you are going to gain some life as she casts Cure Wounds. You're going to gain 8 hit points, which is 1 more than your maximum. You can't gain more than your maximum. You're back up at 7 hit points, but you are still on a knee. You still have to take that challenge on that turn. So as we round Iris's turn out, we come to Moon.
Okay, so I kind of want to attack Lucius because I'm kind of upset because his first thought was, to attack the smallest person in the room. So I angrily, with my 4-foot tallness, whip my dagger and throw it at him.
So if you are throwing a dagger this close to him, that attack will have disadvantage because ranged attacks within melee range have disadvantage. You can get around that if you have inspiration currently sitting on, you could use it to get around it. If not, then you can choose to do something else like stab him or cast a spell.
Okay. I'm just going to straight up stab him then.
Cool. Go for it.
20.
Is that a 20 on the die?
Yes.
That is a critical hit, which means that you are going to get to do double damage. So roll 2 of your damage die, which for a dagger is a d4, and add your bonus. If there was ever a time to quit. The d4 looks like a little triangle.
Never mind. Okay, so I roll it twice.
Yes.
Okay. 4.
Is that on total?
No. I got a 1 first, and then I got a 4.
Perfect. And then you will also add your attack bonus, which is 3. It's a total of 7. That is going, let me find Lucius. That is going to take Lucius out. And so Lucius is going to go down as he hits the ground. And it is now 7:02, which is 2 minutes past our time. So this is where we will stop at the top of combat. We'll pick up with this combat next week and finish it out. Currently, as we kind of zoom back and look at the combat that is raging, Luke stands protecting Stevie, axeless. Zamora stands in deep combat with Moon, who has just stabbed Lucius, and Lucius is on the ground with a knee glowing red to signify that he is currently dead. Moon is in combat with Luna behind her, actively preparing to probably cast another spell. And Iris has just raised Alaya from the dead by healing him. And we prepare to move into our second full round of combat next week. Leave you on a combat cliffhanger. I absolutely love to do that. So join us next week as our recruits continue this combat, and we will definitely be moving into an even larger arena combat on Sunday as we watch Reaper and Francois face off and put that plan into motion. Thank you all for joining us. Very quickly, Steve, you would like to remind them and the rest of you who are connected to our social media how to get a hold of us and follow us?
It's at Argonauts Awoken on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Thank you. Very quick and simple. And our NPC submission form will be in our show notes if you'd still like to do that. I got 2 of them. I'm very excited to incorporate them into the show. Will not be super fast, but they will be incorporated. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It was definitely a fun night on my end. I hope you learned a little bit about our combat system, and we'll see you back next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.